I want to talk about one of the most important things I do for Ruby, and that's using a seizure journal. Whether your dog is newly diagnosed or you've been managing epilepsy for a while, when it comes to accurately reporting on your dog's seizures, you do not want to rely on memory. A log of your dog's seizures is very important and is a must, and I'm going to share with you why, what I use, and how I use it. Welcome back to Learn with Ruby. I'm Mandy, and my dog Ruby has epilepsy. This channel is all about sharing what I've learned over the last 8 years caring for Ruby to help you feel more confident and supported while caring for your dog with epilepsy. A seizure journal, seizure tracker, or seizure log is simply a place to record important information every time your dog has a seizure. It can be handwritten like the one I created and used myself, and I'll be showing you how to fill it out in just a bit, or digital like a spreadsheet or an app. There are apps available for tracking seizures like Epilepsy Journal, which was originally made for people but is used by dog owners and can generate a report to share with your vet or neurologist, Dog Log, where you can track seizures, meds, and lots of other data for your dog that can be shared with a partner, family member, or pet sitter, and Great Pet Care, formerly Paw Print, which allows you to keep seizure logs and vet records in one place. I'm mainly a digital person, but for some reason, for this data, I like to go old school and have paper copies. Bottom line, pick whatever method you are going to do consistently. Pick what works for you. But first, let's talk about why keeping a seizure tracker is so important. There are a few key people who really benefit from this data. Your dog's veterinarian or neurologist. They need clear, detailed information to decide whether your dog's medication is working, if emergency meds need to be added, or if other diagnostics are needed. As the pet parent, a journal helps you notice patterns or possible triggers. For example, maybe your dog always seizes after a certain food, or during a stressful event, or during a weather change. That's powerful information because it may allow you to take some action. A single seizure might not tell much, but over time, the seizure journal can reveal trends, how often seizures are happening, whether clusters are becoming more frequent, or if a new medication is helping or not. And believe me, when you're sitting in a vet's office, it's a huge relief to hand them a clear copy of your records instead of trying to remember everything on the spot. Now let's look at the kind of data you want to record in a seizure journal. Date, time of day, duration, that's how long the seizure lasted, so you're going to need to time it. Type of seizure. When you write down what kind of seizure your dog had, it's helpful to learn the different types of seizures so you can use the right term. For example, was it a full body seizure? The whole body was shaking, laying on its side, paddling paws, or stiff? That's often called a generalized seizure, or formerly known as a grand mal. Was it just part of the body, like the face, twitching, chewing movements, snapping at the air, or drooling? That could be a focal seizure. Did it look like your dog was chasing invisible flies, snapping at the air? That can happen with some seizures too. The most important thing is to write down what you see, even if you're not sure what it's called. You can use simple words like full body or face only, and then describe the details in the notes section of your seizure tracker. It's good to learn the terms. If you're not sure what type of seizure you just observed, don't stress about using the right medical terms. Just be clear and specific. That's what really helps your vet the most. The medication column is not for your dog's regular medication. It's to record if emergency meds were given. I simply write yes or no to indicate if they were administered. Possible triggers. Was it after a stressful event? A new food? Loud noise. One of the things I noticed when keeping track of Ruby's seizures was I would notice her seizure activity would go up after I was out of town. Ruby is a Velcro dog and struggles when I'm away from the house for a couple of nights. Notes, that can be anything unusual, confusion, pacing, vomiting, anything that might help down the line. For example, a newer behavior Ruby now has before seizure activity is she will just get up and randomly run out of the room. That might not be unusual for someone else's dog, but Ruby is almost 10 and doesn't randomly sprint around the house anymore. This is now a sign that seizure activity is coming, that I was able to identify tracking her seizures over time. So that's a great example that at first that was just weird behavior I documented in the notes column that I didn't understand, but over time is now an indicator for me to get ready that a seizure is coming in a matter of hours. You can also keep a monthly overview, which is part of the PDF I created. It's just a simple visual summary of how many seizures happened each month. Great for spotting patterns at a glance. Keeping a seizure tracker has made me realize that about every 3 months, Ruby experiences seizure activity and she cluster seizes. This is the journal that I now use with Ruby, and I've made it available for download on my website. I'll leave the link in the description below if you'd like to purchase your own copy. You can also use this as an inspiration to create your own version if you prefer. It doesn't have to be fancy or complicated, but the information you collect in a seizure journal can truly help you, your vet, and most importantly, your dog. I hope this gave you some clarity and confidence as you track your dog's seizures. Thanks for learning with me as I learn with Ruby.